Good morning, kids. We're so glad you've joined us this morning at Holy Cross Godly Play. We're going to listen to Miss Betty tell the first 4 stories that we've been listening to get us ready for Easter, and then we'll continue with this story.
In the beginning, a baby was born. God chose Mary to be the mother, and Joseph was the father. Mary and Joseph kept the baby close, and they kept him warm and gave him everything he needed to grow. When the baby looked up into his mother Mary's face, he saw a cross. And when he looked into his father Joseph's, a cross was there too. Jesus did continue to grow, and he grew into a boy. When he was 12, his mother, Mary, and his father, Joseph, took him to Jerusalem, along with some of the other townspeople from Nazareth, to celebrate one of the high holy days. When the celebration was over, and they were headed back to their home, Mary and Joseph realized Jesus was not with the other children. So they hurried back to Jerusalem to look for him. They looked in the narrow, dark streets. They looked in the marketplace. They even looked where they had spent the night. Finally, they found Joseph. They found Jesus in the temple, talking to the priests and the rabbis. When Mary and Joseph asked Jesus that question, "Why did you do this?" he replied, "Didn't you know I would be in my Father's house?" Well, Mary and Joseph didn't understand it, and they did not forget it. Well, Jesus continued to grow, and he became a man. When he was 30, he went down to the River Jordan, where his cousin John was baptizing people in the river. Now this is John. We only see the back part of his head, but he was a wild man. Well, Jesus waded out into the water and stood in front of John and said, "Baptize me." Well, when John looked into Jesus' face, it was as if it was the first time he could see Jesus and knew who he really was. He said, "I can't baptize you. You're the Messiah. You're the one we've been waiting for. You baptize me." But Jesus said, "No, it is written that you will come before me and prepare the way. You baptize me." So Jesus went down into the darkness of the water and the swirling water. And when John brought him back up into the light, the people said it was as if they had seen a dove come down from heaven and come close to Jesus. And they also heard a voice that said, "This is my beloved Son, with whom I am well pleased." After Jesus was baptized, he went across the water into the wilderness, where he stayed for 40 days and 40 nights to learn more about who he was and what his work was going to be.
When Jesus came back across the Jordan River, he began to do his work. But what was his work to be? Jesus' work was to come close to people that no one else wanted to come close to. The sick, the poor, the outcasts. Here you see, look how close Jesus is to this man. This man is blind. Jesus is so close that he's put his fingers right on this blind man's eyes. When Jesus touched people, they changed. They could see things they had never seen before. They could hear things they'd never heard before. Some could walk. Jesus healed them. He healed their bodies. He healed their minds. Jesus also taught the people. He taught them using parables. And then one day, Jesus realized it was time for him to become a parable too. Now I wonder if any of you has discovered who you are or what your work is going to be. I hope you'll join us next week when we continue our journey to the Easter through Lent. Bye-bye. Okay.